actually got it to work. You have no idea how long I've been trying to get this to work. I've been having so many issues, just the most random stuff, but I did it. Check this out. So it can be done. For some reason, I don't know, this mode button doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe I just need to reflash the software again, but I got it to work. Volume up, volume down, station up, station down. And that's it. So I actually am taking this video while I'm kind of making sure this works. So I haven't actually started this whole video that you're watching right now. That's why everything is apart like that. But mission accomplished. I got it to work. So I'm going to go through and make the whole video and yeah, show you how to do this. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. As you can see from that introduction, I finally got this thing right and I got it to work. And I'm going to show you how I did that. So what I've got in front of me here is this little bastard, the iDataLink Maestro SW. There we go. And that's what you need to do, or that's what you need to get to turn those signals that we worked so hard to send behind the dashboard into something that aftermarket unit can interpret. So what you get in the box is the thing here, this harness, this little piece that will connect to that, and some instructions that really aren't very good. But I'm going to go through it in detail here, and I'm going to tell you exactly what needs to happen. So on this harness here, this is going to connect into that spot right there. And it's going to have a whole bunch of wires off of here. Now, the majority of these wires you don't need to worry about at all. What you need to look at are the red and the black, these two right here, and that's positive and negative for power. This unit needs to be powered, so you're going to need to connect this to either an accessory on, or a remote on, an antenna, power, whatever you want. I'm going to use that little secondary fuse box that I installed in there in a different video, so if you're interested you can check that out. But any positive and negative, even a little cigarette lighter or something can give you the power for that, and then just ground it to the frame. And then the other two wires that you're concerned about from this harness are this purple and red wire there. My phone can't focus that closely. And this black and white wire. So these two wires are going to be the two wires that are going to go to your steering wheel positive and negative. If you remember back in the last video, those are the two wires that we wired into the purple white and the orange white. The other two were for illumination, so they have nothing to do with this. They're just the things that light up your steering wheel. Now, these two wires, what you can do if you have an aftermarket unit and you're not doing the OEM is, if you remember, we went back here and we tapped into the illumination and the steering wheel wires. Now the steering wheel wires are the ones that go into the back of this connector. You can see the purple and the orange there, and then you can see up here where I've tapped into those. Now again, if you've got the OEM stereo, you need to do that, but you wouldn't be watching this video anyway. So for you that have the aftermarket stereo, those wires that we tapped into the purple and white and the orange and white, instead of tapping them into the connector here, because this connector is not going to go to anything, you can actually take those wires and run them directly to the Maestro SW. And then what you have to do is just connect those wires, and that's it. Now, let me go back to the unit here. So on the wires here themselves, if you decide you want to just run that directly to the thing, the wire that you would have run to the purple and white wire, you're going to run to the purple and red. And the wire that you would have run to the orange and white, you're going to run that to the black and white. Do that. The detection for the actual signals is then set up. You've got the power set up. You can plug that into here. And then we've got all those signals going to the box. Now we need to send the signals from the box to the radio, right? So that's where this one comes in. So this is going to plug into the blue spot right there. And that's going to take that signal and then send it to the radio. This 3.5 millimeter jack This is going to differ based on what radio you have, but on mine, it goes, I can't pull it out. It goes to what your radio will describe as the wired remote input. So again, power, signal, input, signal output to the receiver. Do all that, that's all your wiring done. One last thing that you need to do that I'll touch on here for this is you need to take this to your computer. You need to plug it in with a micro USB and set up an account and then flash the thing. Now, flashing it is a bit tricky because you've got 05 or 06, whatever legacy you've got, but you've got a 2011 STI steering wheel, or at least that's what I've got. So what do you flash it with, right? And the answer is you flash it with the STI software because that's what the buttons are sending as inputs. So you're going to go onto your computer. You'll flash it with the 2011 software, set up all your buttons like that as you need, and everything should work out properly. That's it. The last optional piece you can do is, if you remember on the JDM doubled in install video, I talked about a guy that does the harnesses for that. Well, he also does this little steering wheel input harness, and this is nice because you can connect that directly to the steering wheel wires and then plug this onto the end of that radio thing that I was talking about, and then connect your wires to this. You don't have to splice anything, so that's kind of cool. And I like to use these little connectors. If you haven't seen them yet, they just go right on the end there, and then you can solder. You don't have to solder anything, you just heat it up and it turns into tin. Anyway, that's it for me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It works. Do this. I'll leave a link to this product in the description so you can get one yourself, and maybe even those things as well. And that's it. Cheers. Stick around for the next one.